People, que pasa, suck, say what they do. Now, people, we see that Jamaica is plagued by corruption and crime, and people, most of the time, crime and corruption grows. We are speaking about throughout chaos and catastrophe and confusion. However, we know that the fundamental problem with Jamaica is the fact that persons are not held accountable. That means that they are not responsible. They are not tried. They are not convicted. They are not arrested for their crimes. We are speaking about corruption and thieving public funds. So people, I am going to let you listen to a video that basically explains everything that Jamaica is doing wrong. So people, take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
That if you want to, in a sense, eliminate corruption in a society, and we all want to eliminate corruption in a society, the most effective way to do it is to make sure you don't punish people at the bottom, you punish people at the top. I'll tell you one story. In the 1960s, when Singapore was a very poor country then, our per capita income was 500. A government minister was invited by a businessman to go on holiday. Just on holiday, no bride. He and his family went on holiday with a businessman. He came back, he was arrested, charged, went to jail. After that, no more corruption. Because it's a very powerful signal that is sent when you go after someone at the top. So Singapore's experience, and it's actually quite remarkable how you have almost zero corruption in Singapore, is because we decided that the example must come from the top.
Now people, you hear what the man say. They have to set an example from the top. However, as it pertains to Jamaica, we see that it is always a little man. It is always a man on the street. We don't see the politicians. We don't see these big top government officials getting arrested, charged, and convicted. No, it is always the poor man. It is always a little man. So therefore, Jamaica is using a model that does not work. Jamaica is using a model that is not a recipe for success. However, it is a recipe for failure. But people like them say, crime and corruption strives or grows in chaos and catastrophe. That means that if you do things the way that it does not work, therefore you are basically breeding more crime and corruption. Point blank and period. Now, as it pertains to Jamaica, I am going to show you some latest corruption that took place. We are talking about Petrojam. We are speaking about $5 billion over a 5-year period that was missing or unaccounted for. So people, we are talking about $1 billion Jamaican dollar per year for at least 5 years. People, we are talking about buku cash. We're also speaking about the latest incident. We are speaking about the Manchester Municipal Corporation. We are talking about $400 million in a 3-year span. People, that is $133 million per year, or the equivalent of $1 million US per year that was stolen from one liquor place. Me not talk about Kingston, me not talk about Manchester. And one of the latest corruption cases also we are speaking about as it pertains to the Ministry of Education, Royal Reed, and also CMU. Me talk about the Caribbean Maritime University. I am speaking about Professor Fitzpinnock. People, we are talking about multi-million dollars that were missing. However, in all 3 high-profile cases, I am speaking about Petrojam, I am speaking about Manchester Municipal Corporation, and also Professor Fitzpinnock and Royal Reed. We saw that there was only 1 conviction. We are speaking about 5 of the 7 persons as it pertains to the Manchester Municipal Corporation. They were convicted. And we also saw that the DPP and her office, they were celebrating because they said that it was a groundbreaking case, because they never usually get convictions for these high-profile cases. So people, it only proves that something is fundamentally wrong. And as it pertains to the Petrojam case, we are speaking about an investigation that ended in July of 2019. People, we are now in May of 2020, and people, nobody has gotten arrested, nobody has gotten charged. So my point is this, it seems like the DPP and the justice system, they don't have a very good record. They don't have a good high percentage shot as it pertains to these high profile cases and these top thief. May I talk about politicians and government officials, point blank and period. So anyways, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up. Now, before I move to the next part of my video, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source, one word. Don't put any space between the words. And I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. And also, subscribe to this channel through Jamaica Buzz. And when you subscribe, please to press the notification bell or icon. And also, press all in the option. Now, people, while we're on the topic of corruption, we are speaking about a next case that raised a lot of red flags. We are talking about thief, not like a thief with long bag. We are speaking about it seems like the fox is watching the chicken coop and like them say, dog have money, him buy cheese. Now, people, we see that the Parliamentary Public Administration and Appropriation Committee, they are questioning, we are speaking about an incident as it pertains to the St. Anne's Municipal Corporation, wherein they receive 46 million Jamaican dollar from the Tourism Enhancement Fund for basically beautify St. Anne's. Now, people, just to give you a bit of information, this committee is headed by a PNP. May I talk about Dr. Wicker McNeil. So people like me say, thief don't like to thief with long bag. However, they want the St. Anne's Municipal Corporation to explain what are they doing with $46 million to clean up the street. Rete, lele, blue, blah, bling. And they're also questioning why the Tourism Enhancement Fund did not put these money. We are talking about in a Montego Bay, we are talking about Negril, we are talking about Port Antonio, we are talking about Kingston. Why was it specific to St. Anne's? And also there is a next one pending for Falmouth. And people, if you know anything about Jamaica, St. Anne's and Falmouth, we are talking about just down the street, we are talking about bordering community. So people, it seems like something into something. It seems as if there is some sort of red flag. It seems like wherever you see smoke, therefore there is fire, point blank and period. Now, people, like I said, as it pertains to this case, we see that it might be some sort of political overtone. And like me say, thief don't like to thief with long bag. However, we have a question. What does the St. Anne's Municipal Corporation need $46 million for basically wet up the street, for clean up the street? We are talking about some KSAC work. We are talking about some cheap work. And also the committee also highlighted that there was one payment made to the St. Anne's Municipal Corporation from the Tourism Enhancement Fund. So therefore, they are claiming that they want transparency and they want to have some sort of explanation to why this money was only sent. We are talking about the St. Anne's and also Falmouth. Is there somebody that is receiving some money under the table because they want to see the receipt them to make sure say thief not thief because the next thief is watching them? We are speaking about with arc high. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up. Now, while we're on the topic of thief don't like to thief with long bag once again, we see that the parliamentary opposition, they are questioning the decision of the government to establish a COVID-19 field hospital at the national arena, saying that they are trying to protect themselves and make sure that they are ready in the eventual case, so this big C thing broke out in Jamaica. Now the opposition is asking, couldn't that $182 million that was used, that was guaranteed for use in the national arena, put in some other hospital that can be used after this big C thing we are talking about, this COVID-19 thing? So people, the moral of the story is that we have to question the decision-making process of these politicians and government officials, because it seems like they are just using and squandering. We are speaking about public purse. We are talking about taxpayers' money. It seems as if there is not too much thought or due diligence go into their decision. But people like me say, whenever there is chaos and catastrophe, it is easier for crime and corruption to strive. So therefore, that is the reason why they do the things that they do. That is the reason why a lot of these things raise some red flag and cannot be explained, because people, it makes absolutely no sense. So my point is that no sensible person, no sensible official, they are not going to put things into place where they know that they are not getting bang for the buck. They are not getting their money's worth, point blank and period. Because the truth and the fact is that for the government of Jamaica, which is a poor country, to put in $182 million in a field hospital, we are speaking about a temporary place for basically in case, just in case. People, you don't do things like that when you are poor. You do things like that when you are rich and you have an abundance of funds. Jamaica, in Jamaica's case, that is not the case. Point blank and period. And what is even more disturbing about this 72-bed, $182 million field hospital is that the Minister of Health, I am speaking about Dr. Christopher Tufton, said he told the government that he does not know the extent of the challenges. However, it is better to be prepared than not be prepared. However, he cannot ensure that this hospital will be maximized or used to its maximum potential. So people, we are speaking about, they have no problem with squandering. We are speaking about public funds. We are speaking about the public purse. Point blank and period. So based on what the government is saying, he is saying that these equipment from this field hospital or possible field hospital can be transferred to other permanent hospital. However, the opposition ministers, they are asking the question, shouldn't that money be implemented in some permanent hospital that can always be used? We are talking about permanently. So people, we are speaking about some idiotic persons that we have to always question their decision making process. But people like me say, them plan for thief. So therefore, when them give some contract of $182 million to somebody, more than likely there is going to be some sort of kickback. I am speaking about somebody is getting some money under the table. Point blank and period. So people, we are talking about some red flag that is raised once again, one more again, as it pertains to these politicians. They are a set of crooks. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.